Okay, I think we're live now. Okay, good evening, everybody. I think I'm coming through at this point. I did some updating on my computer this afternoon. It looks like things have decided to reset themselves again, so I hopefully now you're hearing me. It looks like I am broadcasting the audio at this point. Good evening, everyone. Happy Memorial Day. And it's a glorious, warm evening here. We're well over 100 today, and it's still nice and warm out here right now. And looks like we've got a gorgeous night. We had some tropical high cloudiness all afternoon, but it has cleared off completely as it was supposed to. And looks like it's going to be a gorgeous evening. So let me turn this off and start the way I normally do, which is just going really quickly over the setup that I use to do my streaming. And I use a 6-inch f4 imaging Newtonian here, and it's just a simple reflector telescope, but it's an f4, so it's a little bit faster than a normal telescope, which is better for imaging. And up here in the focuser eyepiece holder, I just have a camera stuck in there, and it's going to be presenting our pictures tonight. All of this rides on a Celestron Evolution mount, which is this round base and the arms sticking up here, and that actually moves the telescope around the sky and points it hopefully at the things we want to see. And all that's riding on a Celestron HD Wedge and a cinder block pier that I created in my backyard. And these two things, the pier and the wedge, stay outside permanently polar aligned and just get covered up with something, and then the rest of this stuff goes in. And there you can see the table I'm sitting at and the computer that's running everything here tonight, as always. So that is my setup, and tonight, as I put in my my write-up, we're going to be using the mono camera, because tonight we're going to be doing kind of the last cleanup of our galaxy search, our galaxy quest that we've been going on for the last couple of months. And tonight is just going to be the last kind of cleanup on it. So to do that, let's actually load. Here's all the objects that we've seen. It started in March, went through April, went all the way through May, and now we're getting into June, and we've seen quite a lot of number of objects here in our quest. So let's highlight all of those. And yeah, it has been quite a thing. So we started up by Ursa Major, the Big Dipper here, and have been working our way over the last couple of months slowly down through this whole cluster of galaxies. And so now down here at the bottom, we've just got several down here, including a couple of Messier objects, a few actually Messier objects that are really nice. And so we're just going to kind of get the rest of those tonight. And that should pretty much take care of our galaxy quest for this year. Well, of course, we're always looking at galaxies, but this time of year, because of this very rich cluster or vein, I guess you could say, of galaxies, it's called galaxy season because these are high in the sky this time of year, and so they're great for viewing. It's always nice to look at things high in the sky, because the higher in the sky you look, the lower the contrast is, or excuse me, the higher the contrast is. You're getting a lot less atmospheric distortion and a lot clearer and cleaner skies typically. Okay, so tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to go down here, and we're going to start probably, I think, at M83. So let me see. Let's start at M83, which is the southern pinwheel. And we're going to start, what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start as low as we can to the horizon, so that we work our way up. So as things start to get lower and lower as things set in the sky, we'll be working our way up. And so we'll try and get the lowest objects first. And that looks like, it's going to be pretty good. So okay, first thing I needed to do was to get my next target set up so the gain and contrast are all set up for us to see. I've also had some issues with the directional controls tonight. This is a brand new beta version that just came out today, in fact, and for some reason this comes disabled, and I have to disconnect and reconnect, and then it works fine. So not sure exactly what that is, but anyway, interesting little hiccup there. And this looks clearly like our galaxy, so I'm actually going to bring this down into the center of our view a little bit more. Trying to get us centered up on it. But I think this is a nice little shaped galaxy in here. We'll just let this kind of bring you to the middle. Okay, there you go. And we're getting closer. And good evening, Ted. I hope you are comfortable there sitting by instead of standing by. Hopefully you have an appropriate recreational beverage with you. Come on, you. Stop moving. Okay, there we go. I think you're settled now. Alright, so let's now start the image on M83. Alright, so we should have a nice little galaxy in there when we're done. Oh, so this is staying active now. Okay. Alright. I'm not sure what that weirdness was when I first started the software up, but it seems to have fixed itself up for the most part. Okay, so M83. Let's see what Stellarium. Yeah, this is going to be a beauty. Let me put my viewfinder in here. So yeah, it should be a nice size in our screen. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 stars here and a bright one. 1, 2, 3 stars and a bright one. So this is definitely the right stuff. And as always, my internet connection looks a little bit spotty up and down, so forgive me if my audio cuts out now and again. But oh, that is a beauty. Look at that. That is a beauty indeed. Alright, let's kind of sharpen this up a little bit, sharpen that up a little bit. Speaking of sharpening, let's turn our enhancements on. Yeah, really, that is a beauty. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, let's see what Wikipedia has to say about M83. It's also called the Southern Pinwheel Galaxy. It's a barred spiral galaxy approximately 15 million light years away. So that's definitely one of our local guys. 15 million is not far away at all in galactic terms. It's in the constellation that borders Hydra and Centaurus. Nicholas Louis de Lacaille discovered M83 on February 23, 1752 at the Cape of Good Hope. Charles Messier added it to his catalog of nebulous objects, now known as the Messier Catalog, in March of 1781. It is one of the closest and brightest barred spiral galaxies in the sky and is visible with binoculars. Its nickname of the Southern Pinwheel derives from its resemblance to the Pinwheel Galaxy, which is item number 101 on the Messier list. It's a massive, grand design spiral galaxy. Pure spiral. It is a pure spiral structure with no ring. The peculiar dwarf galaxy, NGC 5253, lies near M83, and the two likely interacted within the last billion years, resulting in starburst activity in their central regions. So 5253, let's see if that is... Center that. Where is 5253? It may be too faint to show up. Yeah, it may be too faint. I may have to see. Let's turn the... oh, no, not that. This. Let's turn the filters off. PGC. Oh, there's all kinds of lookout. Where is 5253? I see a bunch of NGCs. There's 5264. 43. I do not see 5253 in here. Where are you, 5253? Well, so apparently there's a galaxy right near it. I may have to actually do a search for it. That would be kind of silly. But I may have to because I don't see it. Okay. NGC 5253. Whoa! Way down there. Okay. Wow. Alright. Well, that's interesting. So, it's apparently way down there. Those two have interacted within the last billion years. Alright. Let's put these back on to get all that noise out of the way here. So we just see what we want to see. See how our picture's coming along. Yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. Got about 5 images on there now. The star formation rate in M83 is higher along the leading edge of the spiral arms as predicted by density wave theory. There's large numbers of new stars in the outer reaches of the galaxy. It had hitherto been thought that these areas lacked the materials necessary for star formation. And in the last several years, there have been a number of supernova discovered there. Okay. Let's get this going a little bit more. And get a little more aggressive with the stretch. So you guys can see it a little bit better. Give a little more illumination. And let's put the background music on. Put the background music on. Thanks, Ted. Thanks for being here. Individual frame. Yeah, it's okay. Alright. That there like that. Darken it up a little bit. Certainly is a beauty, though. $15 million light years away, which is pretty darn close in galactic terms. Usually we're looking at dozens of millions of miles away. 50, 60, 80, even 100 million sometimes, but this one's only 15, so it's definitely part of our local group. Definitely got some nice structure there. Definitely some nice and of course you can see that the core is pretty oblong, which is why they're saying it's a barred spiral. It has collected in sort of a barred, elongated shape and spiraled out from there. We're seeing it pretty well face on. See what Stellarium has to say about that. Orientation angle 45 degrees. So we're seeing it a little bit at an angle, but still it looks pretty nice. That's a beauty. Look at it one more time in its full context here. As Charles Messier saw it 300 years ago. That's pretty nice. That's pretty spectacular. Okay. Next target. So we got, add that bookmark. We've got M83 added. So now let's see. Can't really go much lower than this. Below 20 degrees. I don't like doing much below 20 degrees. That's not a very big one anyway, so we'll leave that. 3 by 2. Possible. 3 by 1. 3 by 2. Let's try this one. It's right next door, so let's try it. And we'll take a sub-exposure or two, see if it's worth seeing. If it's not, we'll just move on. Yeah, definitely some fuzzies in there, so. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what we can see. This is IC 4329. There probably isn't an image for this. I'm not even selected on it. I see it's got a P. It does not have an NGC number, so it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be very spectacular, but well, we'll see. We'll see what we can see. Yeah, there's a couple in here. Oh, there's a few. Okay. Well, this is one of those areas where we got quite a few things in here. There's quite a number of galaxies in here. So any one of them may not be spectacular, but there's a whole slew of them in here. So maybe we will spend a couple of minutes seeing what we can see in here. So we know that So IC 4329 is obviously this one here. And the one right next to it is the one we had picked out earlier, which was, which now because the scope is on it, I can't. PGC 49051, which is a mag 14¼ galaxy. It's a nice little spiral. So it's got some nice stuff. Oh, look, we've been photobombed. Very nice. Satellite photobombed. But man, there's just a ton. There's fuzzy spots all over the place in here. So this is definitely a rich spot. Okay. Definitely a rich spot here. See if we have a distance for this one. IC 4329. See, now this one is 212 million light years away. So this one is definitely not one of our local group. This one is over 200 million light years away. There's just a whole slew of them, and these are all fuzzy spots in here. Fuzzy spot, galaxy, 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 galaxy. There's another one, a little spiral in there. And we can just kind of zoom in. You can see this is definitely some sort of a spirally shape, an edge-on spirally shape there. Look at those, all these elliptical galaxies in here. Fuzzy spot, fuzzy spot. And there's lots of them in here. Yeah, there's another one there, another one there. Two more here. Definitely a rich field of them here. Looks like another one there, probably another one there. Definitely one there, definitely one there. Another one here. This one here almost looks like Saturn. That could be just 3 stars in lucky position. That's definitely a fuzzy one there. Definitely a lot of them in here. Just a slew of them. Well, that's a nice little find. Just all kinds of tons of galaxies in this image. Definitely a lot going on here. As you can probably tell, my my internet connection is doing a little bit of up and down, so I apologize again if some of the audio is cutting out or the video is jumping around a little. Live out in the middle of the desert and you pay a price for what's available for infrastructure. Actually, I'm surprised at how good the internet here is, but still, it has its quirks. But the skies are definitely worth it. Just a great image here. Lots of nice stuff in here. Guess we could focus on our prime suspects here. The two we were actually after. And this is definitely the one that's big enough and bright enough to get a catalog, to get an NGC catalog number. But there's lots of other stuff in here. And this is a fuzzy spot, this is a fuzzy spot, this is a fuzzy spot. This definitely is. Even just in this one tiny little view, there's several. So photobombed again. Right through there. Well, that's a very cool star field right there. So that was a nice find. Do next target here. Add that to our list. Re-highlight. Okay. I think at this point we're just going to head upward because we're about as low as we can go before I start getting into roofs. So I think we're just going to start heading up here. Okay, NGC 5101, yeah, that one could work. Okay, yeah, so it looks like that's where we have another one. I can already see there's more than one in here. Alright. Let's see what we can see. Alright. Okay, no image in Stellarium. NGC 5101. Let's see what. NGC 5101. It's a lenticular galaxy. It is separated in the sky from the spiral galaxy NGC 5078 by about half a degree, and both are believed to be the same distance from the Earth. This would mean they are approximately 800,000 light years apart. Both galaxies are believed to be about the size of the Milky Way, or about 100,000 light years across. Okay, and the distance is going to be about 90 million light years. Okay, well I think those are probably the two that 5101 and 5078. Where's 5078? Well, it should be within the view here because 5078 is out here. Yeah, so that's about right. These 3 kind of bright stars should be between them. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, and then the galaxy. 1, 2, and 3, and then the galaxy. And this is IC 4222, which is this tiny guy right here. And down below that is IC 874, which is down here. PGC 46615 should be down right in. Should be over here. I think it's this one. Well, anyway, these are the ones we are looking at. Boy, that is interesting. Look at the. It's like a barred center ring, and then a large wispy outer ring outside of that. And this one's pretty interesting looking too. Alright. They're both interesting. About 90 million light years away, apparently. Okay, good. Turn this stuff back on so we're not swarmed with other stuff. And we can even add this in. Boom. Alright. Interesting. Overstretch that a little bit so you can see a little bit better. See that the outer wispiness of this one now. Stretch it a little bit more. can really see the outer part. This is pretty interesting looking here. It's kind of hard to tell exactly. It's got definitely an interesting outer cloudy shape. Almost looks like a clamshell or something here. I wonder if it was a PGC number, right? It was a PGC number. Oh no, it wasn't. It was an NGC 5078. Okay. 5078 is that one. Alright. Let's see if Wikipedia has something on it. NGC 50. It's interesting. They have it show up here, but they don't actually. Yeah. Huh. They have its image show up, but not the. Okay, well let's see if Wikipedia has anything. NGC 5078. Yeah. It's a spiral galaxy, approximately 94 million light years away. Has a diameter of 127,000 light years and is probably a member of the NGC 5061 group. The dust lane of 5078 is warped, probably by interaction with nearby galaxy IC 879, which is itself distorted into an S shape by the interaction. Oh, okay, so this is that one there. Oh, so I see what's going on here. This is actually a dust lane going right around here. So this is a dust lane, but the dust lane is a little bit broken up here by the glare of the core of the galaxy. So I'm basically looking at a Hubble image or something of it. It's a little bit clearer than what I've got so far here. But this is actually a dust lane all the way around the outer edge. And we're seeing both above it and a little bit below it. And then this S-shaped galaxy down here is probably the two of these guys are probably interacting with each other, which is why the dust lane of this one here is a little bit warped. At the presumed distance, the two galaxies would have a minimal separation of about 61,000 light years, about less than half the distance of the diameter of the bigger one. So it's pretty close. They're pretty close to each other. So these two are definitely interacting together. This one's just kind of sitting out here all by its onesies. And again, there's a few things in the image. So that's pretty neat. Okay, good. Next target. Let's keep working our way up here. What we got here? 3 by 2. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let's go over to M68 before we leave the region. Let's do one unique thing. Let's go to CM68, globular cluster, which is pretty low in the southern sky for most folks. I'm only about 36 degrees latitude here, so I can see more southern sky than most folks can. So let me bring this in. Now, I wonder if it'll be too faint. With globs, in fact, I'm probably going to just reduce the time on this. Because globs typically don't want... Whoop, no, not that little. Globs typically don't want 60 seconds. In fact, even 15 might be a little too much. Because they consist of stars, they're pretty bright objects. So let's see what we got here. Okay. But we're going to have to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Well, now there's an interesting starburst pattern in there. That's really interesting. What the heck is that? Huh. I do not know what that is. Overstretching it. Boy. Something definitely in there. I wonder if I'm catching some sort of light strike from something. Well, in any event, that is M68, which is a nice little cluster of stars in there. I think I'm going to back off on the stretch a bit, so we can see a bit more of it. Definitely see some core stars in there. Let's see what Wikipedia has to say about Messier 68. Okay, M68. It was discovered by Charles Messier in 1780. William Herschel described it as a beautiful cluster of stars, extremely rich and so compressed that most of the stars are blended together. His son John noted that it was all clearly resolved into stars of 12th magnitude, very loose and ragged at the borders. M68 is centered about 33,600 light-years away from Earth, or about a third of the distance across the Milky Way galaxy. It's orbiting our galaxy's galactic bulge with a great eccentricity of 0.5. This takes it to 100,000 light-years away from the center. It's one of the most metal-poor globs, which means it has a paucity of elements other than hydrogen and helium. The cluster may be undergoing core collapse as it displays signs of being in rotation. The cluster may have been acquired in its gravitational tie to the Milky Way through accretion from a satellite galaxy. And it has a bunch of variable stars in it. Well, it's a pretty one. Huh, I'm not really sure what this is. I haven't seen it in any images before this one, so I'm not really sure. Scope may be picking up some kind of weird light strike. Well, we'll try going to another object, see if it's still there. But M68. nice little globular cluster. Probably would look a little bit better in a color camera, but it's alright. And the nice thing about globs is you don't have to spend a lot of time on them, because they are 68. Okay. So we got that one. 3x2. Planetary nebula. Size is 12. You know what? We can give it a try. Not sure how good it'll look in the with the mono camera, but we can give it a try. Let's see what we can pick out of this. Alright. No image in Stellarium for it. Well, we'll pull in a sub-exposure and see if we can see anything. If not, we'll just move on. Let's see what we can see. Woo! Yes, we are definitely set up for a 15-second exposure on that one. Okay. Let's turn the contrast up and see if we can see anything here. I'm not seeing much. Possibly something in here? We'll get like one more sub-exposure, which often increases the signal-to-noise ratio a lot. We'll see if anything shows up. If not, we'll just move on. Some of these planetary nebulas I think are a little suspect. But with a surface brightness of almost mag 15, it's a pretty challenging object. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything here. There may be a little bit of wispiness in here, but I don't think it's something that's going to be worth our time to stay with. So, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Okay, now you I looked at. We got here 4x1, 4x6, now that's a good one. Let's see, can we do both of these at once? See if we can't get both of these in the picture at once. It'll be tight. See what happens. Ding 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 ding. Got one there. I can't tell. Got this star there. Got this one and that bright star, which is this one and that bright star. Yeah, that's definitely in this little parallelogram shape here, which is this here. So we definitely have those. I think this is this bright star here. I think this is just out of our view. So let's try just nudging upward a little bit. See if we can get them both in the view. That didn't seem to move at all. Oh, because you pushed the wrong button, that's why. And you went the wrong way that time. Alright, let's see if we can bring you in. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think you might be there already. I think actually you might be right there. Okay, let's just take it right from here. I think it actually is in there. I think it's just really faint. But I think, yeah, I think it was right up here in the corner. So I think we do have them both. This one looks like a nice one, so hopefully we can get them both in. Might as well add it. And add it. Because we're going to have them both. NGC 5068, which is going to be right up here in this upper left-hand corner. NGC 5068. NGC 5068. Yes. Let's see. It's a face-on field-barred spiral galaxy in the Virgo constellation. It's about 22 million light years away and has a diameter that exceeds 45,000 light years. So 22 million light years away, and we've been photobombed yet again. Oof, and I'm getting bug bombed here. Got a flying bug around me that won't leave me alone. But anyway, yes, we did get both of them in here. There they are. That's a nice spiral down there. Yeah, we got both of these. Nicely. Yeah, that's a pretty one. They're both kind of nice, actually. Got another one there, obviously. Another nice little spiral in there. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. See how we're doing here. Not too bad. Back that off a little bit. A little more stretch. Come on. About to be a third one on there. Yeah, a couple of nice ones in here. Well, let's keep working our way up here. Finishing up with those up there, probably. Unless we run into something else more exciting. Wow, there's a cool name. Zubenelgenubi. Zubenelgenubi 2. Zubenschmali. Zubenishmali. Alright. there's a few little fuzzy spots in here, but not quite the rich galaxy field we've been. Yeah, see, there's a fuzzy one there and a fuzzy one there. Fuzzy one there. Definitely a fuzzy one there. There's a few in here. Nothing that really jumps out, but there's a few. Cool. Well, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot more out of those. So let's go on from there. So we got those two. Very good. We got here 3 by 1. That's pretty small. 5 by 1. Maybe. 5 by 1 and 5 by almost 4. Can we get... No, we can't get both of those in there. So let's just go to this one. We have an image, doesn't look it. Okay. Not really seeing much of anything there, but we've been pretty dead on, so let's just see what a sub-exposure will bring in. And this is 5247. Distance of about 70 to 75 million light years. So, this one's a fair distance away. 5247. NGC 5247. Let's see what it has to say here. Face on unbarred spiral. Located about, of course, they say it's 60 million light years away. It most likely belongs to the Virgo supercluster, the same supercluster that holds the Milky Way. This is a grand design spiral that displays no indicators of distortion caused by interaction with other galaxies. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? 4x3 is another one that could work. Okay. Yeah, he's a little beauty. It has two spiral arms that bifurcate halfway around the nucleus. The disk is estimated to be about 5,000 light years thick. It's inclined by roughly 28 degrees. Paramagnitude, declination, constellation, distance 60 million. A fun little one. Another area that's not real sparsely populated. It's pretty sparsely populated with other galaxies. But this one definitely is a pretty little spirally one. Unbarred and undistorted by interactions with other galaxies. We've got an interesting extra arm here too. Got one coming off here, one coming off there in opposite directions, which is normal. But then this one is also coming off in that direction. So it does seem a little bit lopsided. Ooh, nice satellite strike right through. Cool, that's a pretty one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one though. So, yeah, 5054. Again, we're not going to get much for pictures here. Stellarium. We've got a nice little triangle of stars here. It's too flat to be that triangle of stars. And I think this triangle right here is this one right here, which would put this right there. So I'm going to move this a little bit more toward the center. So I think we're just off a little bit here. Maybe just a little bit more. That should be pretty close. One more shot for good luck. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay, let's synchronize this up a little bit better. And I think we're good to go. Okay, and this is 5054. NGC 5054. Well, I have a 5053. No, it's a globular cluster. That's not what this is. NGC 5054 does not seem to have an entry in 90 million light years away. 168-degree orientation angle, which I'm assuming means mostly edge on, but it's a 4-minute arc minute by 3 arc minute. 3.5 arc minutes by almost 5, so it's 3.5 by almost 5. 3.5 by over 4.5 arc minutes, so should show up fairly well. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, and look at this, we got another bunch here. It's another one of those bunch of galaxies images. Look at them all in here. But this is the one of note, so this is the one we'll be looking at. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's get this one added. Highlighted. Yeah. Yeah, so 5040. Yeah. So this one here is 5047. That one right there. This one here is right next to the top star in that triangle. And it actually looks like there's an image there. There is. There's an image of it right here, but it doesn't say what it is. It's definitely a galaxy in my image, though. I mean, look at that. That's quite clearly a galaxy. But this is 47 out here, 5047. And 5037 is right here. And this is NGC 5035. And the one, oh, no, 5035 is between the two stars. So that's between the two stars. So this is 5035 there. 5037 is there. 5044. Which one is the one that's in here? There's one in here too. Right there, which doesn't show up in here. Well, this, I don't have all the I don't think I have all the catalogs loaded. And even if I did, there's so many galaxies. They're not all in the they're not all in the catalogs. Yeah, see here we have a nice spiral there. Another one here. Coolies. Definitely a grip in there. And of course, another photobomb by a satellite, which is just going to happen more and more now. Yay. Thank you, Elon Musk. but a nice little star field. There's quite a number of them in here. Let's see how our histogram is doing. It's doing pretty good, actually. It's kind of a bizarre looking galaxy. 5054. There is no entry. GC 5054. Nope, there is no 5034. Is there another number for it? No, it's not selected now. No, 5054 is it. Doesn't seem to be an entry. There's a 5034, a 5084, a 3054, but there's no 5054. Oh well. its full 10 minutes and then move on to the next. Very nice. Okay, next target. And we'll keep heading up. 3x1. Nah. Alright, that looks like, well, what the heck is this? A radio galaxy. Not very interesting, but here is M104. The Sombrero Galaxy. So this is a nice one. This is a nice one. Sombrero. This will be a nice big bright one. Yeah, there we go. Let's move you into the center a little bit better. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, this will be a nice one with a nice dark dust lane in it. Okay. And get that queued up. Okay, let's do with Messier 104. Okay, somehow that got Messier 104. Sombrero Galaxy. It's a spiral galaxy in the constellation borders of Virgo. Corvus being about 31 million light years from our galaxy within the local supercluster. Has a diameter of approximately 50,000 light years. So it's about a little less than half the size of the Milky Way. Bright nucleus and unusually large central bulge have a prominent dust lane in its outer disk, which is viewed almost edge-on. Yeah. Wow, there's a pretty cluster of stars next to it too. Look at that. Okay. Probably got it a little bit overblown. Yeah, you can really start to see that dust lane almost immediately. Sombrero. It has a diameter of about 50,000 light years, which is about half the size of our Milky Way. It has a bright nucleus, an unusually large central bulge, and a prominent dust lane in its outer disk, which is viewed almost edge on. The dark dust lane and the bulge give this galaxy the appearance of a sombrero hat. Astronomers initially thought that the halo was small and light, indicative of a spiral galaxy, but the Spitzer Space Telescope found that the dust ring around the Sombrero Galaxy is larger and more massive than previously thought, indicative of a giant elliptical. The galaxy has an apparent magnitude of 8, making it easily visible with amateur telescopes, and it is considered by some authors to be the galaxy with the highest absolute magnitude within a radius of 10 million parsecs of the Milky Way. Its large bulge, its central supermassive black hole, and its dust lane all attract the attention of professional astronomers. So it has a supermassive black hole as well. It was discovered by Pierre Marchand in 1781. Charles Messier made a handwritten note about this and 5 other objects, now collectively recognized as M104 to M109, to his personal list of objects known as the Messier Catalog, but it was not officially included until 1921 after his death. William Herschel independently discovered the object in 1784 and additionally noted the presence of a dark stratum in the galaxy's disk, what is now called a dust lane. Later astronomers were able to connect Machen's and Herschel's observations. In 1921, Camille Flammarion found Messier's personal list of the Messier objects, including the handwritten notes about the Sombrero Galaxy. This was identified with the object 4594 in the New General Catalog, and Flammarion declared that it should be included in the Messier Catalog. Since this time, the Sombrero Galaxy has been known as M104. Very bright. Definitely has a very bright core, that's for sure. See, we back it off a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. See that dust lane just a little bit better. It's a very, very bright object. Might even back a little bit more off on the stretch. Don't want to make it too dim, but it's a very bright object. Quite the pretty little string of stars over here next to it too. I don't think those are, man, they're just a little cluster of stars. They're just probably visually close together, but maybe not actually. Pretty little chain of them, though. The sombrero, very, yeah, obviously, it's obvious why Charles spotted it, because it's a very bright object. Magnitude 8, yeah, that's pretty bright for a galaxy. Got such a big, bright core. Also not highly typical. And I think that's probably about good for that one. The sombrero. Add, highlight. And on to the next one. We did that already. And we got a couple more to go here. 3 by 1, that's pretty small. I think what I'm doing next is, what's this one here? That one could be good. Okay, let's try this one up here. It's a little bit larger, so it might be a good choice. Definitely something in there. So we'll get it started. Okay, and it is 4941. NGC 4941. NGC 4941. Nope. 4919, 4491, 4921. There is no 4941. So this one will be a surprise. Let's see what we can see. Just a few more seconds to our first image. Oh yeah, on a satellite. And another galaxy up here. Very sharp core. It's called an active galaxy, so I guess they're saying it's interacting with something. Let's see if there's a bunch of other galaxies around it. Nothing immediately adjacent. There's a few around, but nothing in the immediate vicinity. Okay. Oh, come on. Over there. Let's crank up the... Oh, yeah, you can see there's definitely an inner circle and then an outer circle. We've got a bit of an ovaling of stars too, so the scope must have jiggled on one of the sub-exposures. Interesting little guy. We'll do a couple of minutes on it. I don't think it's going to be interesting enough to spend a bunch of time on, but definitely an interesting one. That's probably going to be about good. That's probably going to be about all for that one. Okay, and now we'll move up to, yeah. So these guys here, I think we might be able to just jump in down here, get these two in one shot, and then these three in one shot. Yeah, definitely there's that one there. Should be that one. And then this one should be, yeah, one, two, those two and these two should be those two and these two. So, yeah, it should be right in here somewhere. So yes, we should be good to go on this one. Should be able to get both of these in one shot. Okay, so we'll get all these added. Add. Add. Alright. Caldwell 52, which is what? 4697. NGC 4697. Hey, we got an entry on this one. It's an elliptical galaxy 40 to 50 million light years away. Yeah. Ooh, that is interesting. Look at that. That's an interesting shape. The distance to NGC 4697 is not known with high precision. Measurements vary from 28 to 76 million. Wow. According to the NASA Extragalactic Database, the average is about 38 million light years. According to SIMBAD, about 50 million light years. The supermassive black hole at the core of NGC 4697 has a mass of, and even some very, very big number. So it has a very, very big black hole at the center of it. That's this guy up here. Now this one actually is really interesting looking. I mean, look at that. It's got a little edge-on spiral right next to it. And this is a satellite, obviously, that just went through. That is very interesting right there. And that's 4731. Let's see if you have 4731, because that's just... Whoop, come on. NGC 4731. Nope, no entry. There's a 4730, but no 4731. Do I have the numbers wrong? 4731. Nope, that's right. 4731, or PGC number. Well, according to this, the distance is about 85 million light years. It looks like there's another little galaxy right above it, too. There's a bunch of little stars around, so it's hard to tell. Caldwell 52's got one right off it. Oh yeah, right there. Actually, there's a couple. There's one right there. Quite a few. Interesting, though. It's a pretty interesting one down there. I'm sure you get some more details on it, but the elliptical's not that interesting. Most ellipticals aren't that interesting. They're just kind of blobby. This one's very interesting. This is a barred pseudo-spiral. Hasn't really spiraled a whole bunch, but it's definitely a barred galaxy that has a companion, looks like right here. A little edge-on companion that may not even be close to it, but neat. Alright, well, I think that's about all we're going to get out of that anyway. A couple of neat things, but at this point, I'm going to jump right to this one. And get all three of these in one image, hopefully. Yeah, looks like there. Yeah, that should be it, and right there. Yeah, it looks like that should be it. Okay. Do it. Get all three of these in one shot. And see what happens. Sombrero, we got both of those. Yeah, that pretty much cleans it up. Because now we're up to where we came down from last time. So we've managed to stay. We're still only about, we're at about 30 degrees up, a little under 30 degrees. So we managed to get them all. Get them all tonight. One of them, yeah, these are now down below my roof. So managed to get them all, but that pretty well cleans this up, the whole swath, all the way down to here. So that is a pretty cool deal. Oh yeah, look at you. Yeah, there's a couple in here. But we knew that. So this is 4593, 4602. And there it is, we just barely caught it. 4597 down here. Yeah, it's a pretty small one. Ah. Yeah, three pretty small ones. But nice nonetheless. Definitely a nice little barred spiral in here. Nice bar and swirly shapes. And companion galaxy here. Bunch of all those fuzzy spots all over in here. As opposed to the sharp stars. You got all kinds of fuzzy stuff in there. But this is a pretty nice little spiral. This almost doesn't look like a galaxy. This is almost like a planetary nebula down here, but they're calling it a galaxy, so it must be. Just looks kind of faint and nebulous, like a planetary nebula. That continues loading in. Let's add all of these. Make it official. That makes it official. It completes the whole thing. That's really small. That's really, really small. 6 by 4. That one's a good one. We could take a look at that one. Next. This one's pretty nice. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot more out of it. Let's see how our histograms do. Oh, no wonder. Wonder we're a little bit out there. Yeah, that'll be a little bit easier to look at. Definitely a nice little spiral, though. Nice little spiral shape. Wispy little arms. Very sweet. Alright, next, let's go up to that one. Oh yeah, nice little spiral. Okay. Well, looks like it right in there. Move it more to the middle a little. Call it good. Okay. Resynchronize that. start this. $52.48. GC $52.48. 52.48. It's a compact intermediate spiral, about 60 million light years away. It's a member of the NGC 5248 group of galaxies, itself one of the Virgo 3 groups. Distance estimates vary from a little over 40 million to almost 75 million light years. 40 to 75, so they're guessing about 60 is probably about right. It's definitely an irregular one. Intermediate spiral galaxy. Nice. Definitely add that one to our Galaxy Quest list. There's another bunch of them over here. Very small. Very small. Dinky tiny. I don't even know why it's showing up in here. 4x1, that's possible. Definitely a bunch of globular clusters around here. M53. Oh, come on. 50, 53, and M53. M53, I've shot that one before. It's a nice little cluster. And M3. And the snow globe cluster. $58.50 and $58.46. A couple of nice little galaxies in there. 58.13. Yeah. We can shoot those two next, I suppose. That's small, that's small. That's pretty small. Yeah, they're all kind of small in here at this point. Almost looks like an eye. That's pretty good. I don't think we're going to get much more out of that one. I think these two are next. I think these are pretty small. Pretty small. Very small. Pretty small. Very small. Pretty small. Yeah. 4 by 1. These at least have a couple of galaxies in one shot, so I think we could probably get both of these. Center on the star. Center on both these. There's one. Yeah, and the other one one should be right, but yeah, there they are, both right there. Okay. Let's see if we can get both of these. This will probably be it for the night. We've got I think we've done it pretty well. Now we'll get these two in. So we'll get this one added. And this one added. And I think we've done our deal. I think we can definitely call that successful galaxy season and then some. I'm kind of cutting off the beaten path a little bit here even, but definitely some nice stuff. And for our next session, which probably won't be for another, definitely won't be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we're supposed to have some clouds, so it won't be tomorrow night, but maybe the night after. There will be, or a couple nights from now, get the color camera out and do some of the globs in color, and we've got a lot of really nice stuff that's going to be rising this summer. A lot of spectacular stuff is going to be rising later in the summer. So, and Scorpius and Sag get high in the sky. Right now they're just rising, but in another late June and July and August, September, there's so much stuff in here to see. It will be a lot of fun. But that stuff is all better for the color camera, so we'll get to that. But I think in this case we've pretty much done it. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we knew about these two. Those two there. We didn't know about these other guys. Oh. Oh, this guy's just as bright as these two are. Surprise. This one's got some nice shape to it. Another kind of TIE fighter looking galaxy there. Oh, all kinds of soft fuzzies in here. Yeah, definitely some galaxies in this image. Yeah, soft fuzzies. Soft fuzzies there, there. Definitely some cool ones in here. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting one here. That's kind of the... got a TIE fighter shape in the middle, but then more stuff on the outside. It's pretty interesting. Definitely interesting. $58.50. See if NGC 58.50. Nope. 58.20, 58.90, 58.40. No, 58.50. $58.46. Let's see if there's a 58.46. Oh, there is a 58.46. See if it has a reference to its neighbor. It's an elliptical with a round shape. It has a low luminosity, active galactic nucleus. And you see 5846 Harper is a supermassive black hole with a big mass based on the central velocity dispersion. It harbors over 1,200 globular clusters, which is a lot. No, it doesn't seem to say anything about 5850 in here. Nearby galaxies, Bard spiral, NGC 5850. There's a draft article for it. The draft article is saying it is a spiral galaxy. It is forming a pair along with the LX 5846, which was discovered by William Herschel in 1786. So these two were discovered together. Interesting, because my picture is better than their picture. My picture actually looks quite a bit different. I don't really see any of the barred nature in their picture, but well, they are considered to be companions, though. Definitely look like it. I think this will be the end for me tonight. But we did good. We got all this whole thing, all of our Galaxy Quest complete. And then this is the cool stuff that's coming up in the summer. going to be a lot to look at here in the next few months. So that should be fun. But there's 10 minutes right there. So I think I'm going to call it a night. So thanks everyone for being here. Wasn't a very chatty night, but we got to see some pretty nice targets. So hope you enjoyed yourself. And I will see everyone here probably within the next few nights. Thanks everyone. See you soon.